Okay, we are here for our final session of this stage for the day. You're probably familiar, but if it's a little loud, put the earphones on and you'll hear better. Otherwise, go as is. But yep, let's welcome up to the stage and do the final tech demo from etouches. Awesome.
So this works too, right? Excellent. Okay. Leading tech. Good afternoon all. Sorry I've got the graveyard shift. I'll try and keep it as interesting as I possibly can. Okay, so a little bit of background on etouches. So does anybody know etouches in the room? Lots of nods. Yes, yes. Clients? Oh, even better. Excellent. Okay. So a little bit about us. We, as you can see here, we've processed over 200,000 events. We have over 20 million registrations, so we're a well-tried, well-tested machine. And we're customer obsessed, we're customer crazy. So 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, we want to hear from our clients, we want to hear what we're doing. We're continually pushing the boundaries. We've made lots of acquisitions over the past couple of years, from venue sourcing to mobile technology to on-site technology, and we've merged everything together into one really, really clever, robust platform. I'm going to focus today on some of the mobile tech that we have. And we like to think, just stepping back a slight bit, but we like to try and think of this exactly like an event planner would. So we have our solution in terms of planning, in terms of creating events, in terms of running events, in terms of engagement on site, and in terms of reporting an ROI after each of the event. So each part is very, very important, and each part, at every stage of that process, we have technologies to support that. So as you can see here, without going through all of our product sets, this is a tech demo, so I want to focus more on the tech than I do all about etouches. But as you can see here, planning stages, looking at your venue sourcing, look at internal meeting requests. From the event management side, rather than a point solution, but more of a completely integrated and robust front-facing and planning-facing technology suite. To the actual on-site engagement, which I'm going to focus on now, so wearable tech, smart badges, mobile apps and analytics. And then of course after the event, with your data, with your ROI, focusing on what can be done, how it could be affected previously, cross-event reporting, your goals, your dashboard, and of course that magical term that us event tech providers have been saying for years, but actual ROI. We can do it. This is fancy and novel. Okay. So we have three offerings, and again, as I mentioned, all integrated together. So a smart badge, a passive wearable device that captures everything. We can look at this both from an event organizer's point of view or from a delegate's point of view. An enterprise-grade mobile app, there are 40 different modules, and the engagement and analytics. All combined together as one solution. So, the Loop badge, Looped, L-O-O-P-D, if you want to have a look at it, which will allow you to capture physical analytics. So, in fact, my glorious assistant here is just passing one around if you do want to have a look. The novelty part of that is if anybody's got the Dr. Dre earphones or the Beats International earphones, it was actually designed by the same person that designed the headphones, so a little trivial fact for you there. But the badge itself, the Loop badge, which will make its way around here, will allow you to not just track the session attendance, so assume a delegate has this, somebody can be tracked throughout the session within the different building. From an exhibitor point of view, I can have this as a lead retrieval solution. So if I'm stood on a stand, somebody is walking towards me, I can see that person before they've even attended my stand, and whether my time's actually well spent serving that person. In terms of an event itself, you can have these set out in different parts of your event, so it could be in session rooms, it could be in catering points, it could be in different seminar rooms, and at any point I can see where everybody is. I can see how many interactions I've made with a certain exhibitor, how much time I've actually spent at a certain pinpoint. So from an event organizer's point of view, you've got complete control over your event. In terms of somebody coming towards you, thank you. Don't worry, I know it does say on here it's passive, but at any particular delegate, this doesn't have to be passive itself. You're clicking the badges and exchanging the contact details between each other. So you're not just randomly giving out your information. And of course, your delegate can also as well control what information is shared between each of the attendees. Our apps, which if you've not had a chance, do come and have a look at our stand. We've got one of those great big iPads. You can come and have a play around with the app itself. But the app itself does control that looped badge. So within that app, you can set your goals, you can set your ROI objectives, and run the badge from the app itself, front end and back end. etouches tends to split everything into 4 areas, so both with all of its looped and mobile technology. So looking at information, your general information, which you would expect from any of the app providers that you see here, but more on the communication and personalization as well. So not just you're asking questions and your session ratings, but also looking at sharing and sharing information together. Interaction and engagement, obviously the key point of not just this presentation, but ways to actually improve your events. So attendee messaging attendee to attendee, messaging in different categories within your attendee and within your event. Your activity feeds. And then ultimately, monetization of your own app from an event organizer's point of view. If you want to work with certain partners or you want to give exposure, we can do that as well through our apps. Now the fun stuff, ROI. Whether it's your own event, whether it's an internal event, or whether it's an event that you're putting together yourselves. So by using the app and the badge technology together, you're not only gaining insightful data around your attendee, but you're also gaining that attendee experience. So see which sessions are popular, see which speakers are popular, see which sessions are popular. Just wait. If you want to put your headphones on, guys, if that's easier, thanks. You can also find out who your key influencers are at your event as well, which is a key part. You know, which person's been going to the most stands, which person's been attending most of the sessions, who's actively promoting your event the most. It can also be extended into social media as well. So looking at all of those pieces of information. And so this data not only helps you as an event planner and a marketeer, but also provides insights for both your exhibitors, if you have an exhibitor profile, but as an event organizer, having a complete digital view of what everybody has done with that event. Where did they go? What time? Where were they at certain points? What can I be doing to improve my event next year? So as you can see from the graph here, you've got a complete time map with a slider as to where people were. If you know that session 1, for example, is low on attendance, you may wish to send a push notification out from an app to encourage people to go to a session. So lots of different functionality of how you would use the badge and the app simultaneously together. And then in terms of reporting, so setting your event goals, what did I need to do? How many people did I need to justify sponsor A or sponsor B? How much did they really need to have? What was a good lead score? How many people did I need to get to the sessions? What did that success look like? How can I plot that success? What's the expectations internally? What did I do last year? What could I do this year? What have I done differently? All reporting together in one simple monitoring dashboard that you're able to utilize. And these stats, if you have a mobile app or you have a loop badge together, you would expect to have in one simple dashboard. We're able to do all of those things as well. Activating the badge from the app is literally a flick of a switch. Flick the switch, all your information is passed, not just from the app, but into the loop badge as well. So all of your personal details, everything is all there. It is that simple to activate the technology. On my final slide, just showing you who's using this loop technology now. So great big tech events from South by Southwest, Facebook, Google, Hewlett-Packard, lots of the big tech providers. Lots of banks are using this now for their own internal events. It really will be the way of the future. And I would love to take any of your questions with my glorious assistant Paul here on any use cases that we could have with Looped. Any questions from the audience? Here's one.
Is this a question about GDPR?
I think we've got a question from the back.
I've got a microphone.
He's making his way towards you.
Hello. Working. Just a question about GDPR and your state of compliance.
I can't hear a word of that. GDPR compliance, yes. So as an organisation, this is all very tech. My ears are big enough. Yes, so as an organisation, we're happy to mandate with any of our contracts or any of our technology full compliance by May next year. And we have a very, very aggressive. In fact, we've got some wonderful, colourful documents, and if you're reading CI&T News this morning, I think we're top news story on GDPR. And we've got some really great e-books which we're able to pass out to anybody on our stance and our position on GDPR. Any others? Or?
Those badges are given out to attendees at entrance of the...
Correct.
And what kind of hardware do we need on the sessions or the stands?
Yeah, great question. So we have tiny little hubs. So you can place these in either points of interest, so typically in a seminar room. The way that we work it is that we have a hub per every 20 badges as part of what we offer. So that might be you want to use it for 20 exhibitors, or if you've not got an exhibition hall and you just wanted various points around it, you're just placing the boxes. You can control the range of that, so it could be 2 meters, 10 meters, however you want to move the range. You're also able to do that as well.
So you sell the badges as part of the users? Is it you lease the badges, or
so we cost in a similar way that you would purchase an event registration system, and most people will cost on a per registrant basis. The Loop badges come on a per delegate basis, and the hubs come as part of that package. So you're not having to purchase any extra hubs or anything else. Everything's run through Bluetooth.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Any others? Or is it beer time? It's beer time. Well, thank you all for the session. Thank you.